speaking of great things, we have a great show for you all today. We're beginning in our LCMC Health Wellness Lounge because listen, here on Great Day, we always want to make sure that we are keeping our young kids safe. So today, we're talking about a couple of topics in that realm. First up, we are talking toy safety. Joining now for a conversation is Tiffany Lee. She is an outpatient pediatric nurse practitioner from Manning Family Children's, and as you all can see, she's expecting. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations on
Thank
everything.
you.
This is a topic that hits you right at home because clearly you're going to be buying a lot of toys very soon for your third child. And I want to start with what happens before we actually get the toy.
Yeah.
We're buying the toy, right? And you say that's really where it starts. We need to be on the lookout before with certain things. When it comes to looking for toys, right, what things should we keep in mind?
I think it's super important. Also, like the first thing is to think about, is this toy appropriate for your child? So how old are they? What developmental stages are they in? Are they an infant? Are they a toddler? Are they school age? Every child has different needs. So is this toy appropriate for those? And then materials. Are there certain things we need to look at with materials? Is it safe for your child? Is it safe for their age? And is it something that you need? Is it something like that is gonna benefit your child, or is it just something that's gonna be sitting in your home?
Because remember, just because they want it does not mean that they necessarily need it. And that's so interesting that you say, look at the age of the child. When you're looking for toys, look at what the age is on the toy, because sometimes older kids get different types of toys because of the different materials that's in the toy.
Absolutely. So a lot of times it'll say, 6 months and older, ages 5 and older, ages 2 and older. And that's not only for safety reasons, but it kind of guides you in, is this developmentally appropriate for your child?
Will they understand it?
Exactly. And I always say, like, if you have questions on what developmental things should you look at, you can always ask your pediatrician or your pediatric provider and say, what are some things that my child needs to be working on right now? Fine motor, gross motor, those kind of things. And what
a great question to ask as well when it comes to like baby showers and all of that. Ask, okay, at 3 months, what do they need to be working on? And that will help you hopefully find a great toy. But you also suggest this, when it comes to receiving a toy or shopping for it yourself, you need to inspect it once you get it. What does that look like?
So there are toys that have loud noises or make certain sounds. Is that gonna scare your child?
Will it scare the parent?
Will it scare the parent? Do you wanna listen to it all day? There are materials. So is it made of, wooden material that's going to cause a splinter? Does it have sharp edges where it's going to cut your child's finger? If you use arts and crafts, are they non-toxic? Is it something that if your child accidentally puts a marker in their mouth, will it make them sick or will it be okay? Those are all very important things to look at when inspecting a toy.
No, it's so true. And again, these are all things that I get toys for my niece all the time. She's 4 years old. All my friends are pregnant right now. Shout out to all of them. I'm looking at toys, but these are not things that I necessarily do not think about. And now I will. Another thing I don't necessarily think about, getting what I call the accoutrement for the toy as well. Say you have maybe an older child, maybe a toddler who's getting a bike. Yes, they need the bike, but they also need the safety equipment that comes with the bike as well.
Correct. Yes. So it's very important to wear a helmet. Back in the day, if you as a parent, if you didn't wear a helmet, that doesn't mean your child doesn't need a helmet. I hear that all the time. We didn't wear a helmet as kids. Well, that doesn't mean that that's not the safety standard for your child. We, didn't always do things how we were supposed to when we were kids, and so the times have changed and a helmet is very important. You don't want to end up in the hospital with your child.
And when it comes to storing the toys, what's your advice on that? Should we keep it somewhere where they cannot reach? Should we just maybe keep it in one playpen? Where should we put it?
So I think when you're storing them away, it's very important to keep it in a safe place. So a lot of, if you have multiple kids, if you have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, you want to keep those toys separate. So you want to keep your 5-year-old toys up higher where the 2-year-old can't reach them, and then keep your toys with the 2-year-old kind of in a safer place, separate from the 5-year-old toys. A lot of times your 5-year-old toys have small pieces. That's a choking hazard for a 2-year-old at that age, even younger. everything's going in their mouth. So anything with balls, like I said, sharp objects, that needs to be in a very secure place where even the 5-year-old can't just go get it down. Because sometimes the 5-year-old wants to share and they don't know if it's, not the right thing to share with their 2-year-old.
Okay.
And so choking hazards are definitely a big risk.
It's so important. I said this moments ago because I truly believe it. Just because the kid wants it doesn't mean they necessarily need it. What advice do you have for parents who maybe their young child wants a toy that is not in their age range and it does risk a choking hazard, something like that? How do you communicate to your child that you can maybe get it when you're older, but right now it's unsafe for you?
Right. I'm a huge advocate on explaining things to your children. Even as young as 2 years old, they understand a lot more than what we give them credit for. So I think it's very important to show them, kind of say, oh, you see this right here, this is not safe for you, this can hurt you, and we don't want you to get hurt. Maybe when you're 3 or 4 years old, we can come back and get this toy, but right now, let's look at these toys and give them options of things that are actually safe for them. So kind of steer their mind from one thing that they can't have to something that they can.
And again, if you're shopping for a baby shower, if you're shopping for a birthday gift, look at where the child is going to be developmentally. That will really help you figure out what type of toy to get the child as a gift. And also, as adults, we're always getting messages and pieces of mail about recalls on our cars, but we need to look at recalls on toys as well.
Yes, absolutely. So if a toy is deemed unsafe, if it has a part that tends to break and can be a choking hazard or a risk to the children, they will do a national recall on that toy. And it's very important to take those seriously. Just because your toy currently isn't broken or currently isn't having the issues that it's recalled for does not mean that it's not going to happen. It's better to just get rid of it now before an incident happens and you end up in the hospital.
And of course,
something.
all of that information is available online. So if you're wondering, is there a recall? Just type in the toy and they will let you know. Look, Tiffany, thank you so much for being here. And congratulations once again. And look, stay right there because you're not going anywhere. But look, if you all have more questions about this topic, make sure you log on to the website. You're about to see it, manningchildrens.org, for more information on how to keep your kids safe when it comes to toys. Now, coming up after the break, like I mentioned, Tiffany is sticking around because we just talked toys. Next up, we're talking bath time. Learn how to keep your young kids safe right after the break.